Greetings, Requiem, Skyrim, YouTube video watchers. This is Al Magnus, and this is my beginning of my video series, Tale of Anjorro, a Dead is Dead playthrough of a mage that I've been working on for a few months now. Mostly when I say working on, I've been playing characters to like level 12, and then they get killed by an arrow, and then I have to restart. So this guy made it pretty far, and I'm very happy with this playthrough. Mostly it's a trial and error in trying to figure out what order to do things, and in a non-boring way. Though I think eventually I do some boring things because you get stuck if you don't do them. And so this playthrough is going through the main quest line. That's why I'm going through the script, and hopefully we'll also see Dawn Guard quests and the College of Winterhold quests, including Liberthian and Soul Carn, and which are the two of the three, along with the Sovngarde Alduin fight, the three fun challenges in Requiem at the end game. Anjorro is a Argonian. He's from Windhelm. He doesn't like the Stormcloaks. They're jerks. He doesn't really like the Empire. And he doesn't really like other Argonians as well. They're kind of sleazy and they steal a lot. He really wants to be a wizard because he thinks wizards are really cool. And it's outside of being our typical Argonian life. But he's broke. He's a young man who's broke, and he found out that he could have a little bit of money if he smuggled something to the Stormcloaks and from Windhelm. And so that's why he is with Ulfric Stormcloak and these other guys on this wagon, because he got caught by the Imperials in an ambush. And so that's the beginning of this series. I play with a medium medium number of mods, not the max, like 256 or something, more like 120. And most of them are graphics mods. I try not to change the Requiem gameplay too much. I do play with Frostfall. Here I am setting up my mods. So because I play with it so much that I actually can't play with the other way. It just doesn't feel right. And I enjoy the challenge of the cold weather and the various other campfire and having to set my own fires and so forth. And I play with a few other gameplay mods, the Minor Arcana, which is Xanas's mod that makes the Forsworn much harder, and it has about 30 or 40 other changes, which mostly are small bug fixes and things like that, and rebalancing of some things. It's a very common mod, and I like it a lot. And I play with so much, I really don't know what it's like to play without it. And so I'll go over my mods in another video, or maybe I'll just write it up. But anyway, so this is the beginning. I'll help you with.
You there, you and me. We shouldn't be here. It's the Stormcloaks the Empire wants.
Okay, I just skipped over a lot of the scripted material. Here I am setting up the three perks that Requiem gives you at the beginning. I'm choosing between lightning and ice damage to complement the fire sparks, which in the destruction tree. Fire sparks is good for almost everything, but you need one of the others for Dunmer, because they're fire resistant. Those are mostly the bandits you'll see that are fire resistant. But I choose lightning because it's more precise than ice, even though ice does physical damage and it does damage drain. I just like the precision of lightning, and also it's very effective against constructs once we get down there. So I'll probably put some perks into the lightning part of the destruction tree, and also the fire. And then also choose alteration because of mage armor, which gives you protection. You're very vulnerable as a mage, and so even though it's just a little bit in the beginning, it's better than nothing. And also it levels pretty quickly, and it'll be very powerful as we get into later levels. And then lockpicking, because I think there's 8 or 9 locks in here that I want to get to help level up.
Don't let those Stormcloaks get away! Just a scratch.
I've been
Maybe one of these Imperials had the key. See if you can unlock that door. That's it. Come on, let's get out of here before the dragon brings the whole tower down on our heads.
Your region and the magical region in the beginning is very gear dependent, and so notice that I cast one mage armor and then I have no magicka whatsoever. Argonians aren't so bad in terms of magical region. They're sort of in the middle of all the races. They're better than Nords and Khajiit. Not nearly as good as Altmer, who are the best, and then the Britons are also extremely good. I like Argonians because they're just fun to play, and they're not terrible. It's not such a burden to have a little bit lower region. You can make it up in gear and so forth. And Altmer, for instance, right here would still have mana and be able to actually damage these guys. So I've had to pull out an axe, and then I get a little bit of magicka. And I'm going to say mana a lot in this series because I used to play World of Warcraft a lot, and that's what it's called there, rather than magic. But anyway, so here I'm trying to do a little bit of damage with the axe.
See if you can find any potions. We'll need them.
Garlic, if you ever played Alchemy and Requiem, and this character definitely will, Garlic is to be coveted and acquired at all costs. It really drives. You get a lot of salt and you get a lot of thistle branch, and you can make a lot of very expensive potions which will drive your level. Here I'm just looking at a book that's very nicely written. I play with an animations mod. I turn most of the animations in the animations mod off because they're annoying. But I leave the eating and drinking ones on. And mainly you play with it for drinking potions. So you can't drink like 5 all at once. You have to drink them one at a time. Each one takes 2 or 3 seconds. And even though in Requiem the healing and magicka potions fill in over time, I prefer to have some interval between them. It just makes the game a little more challenging, and it just makes sense to me. I like to look at all these notes in the beginning. They're just so well done. Even though I don't read all the words, or I have in the past, but not here. And I don't know why I'm configuring the lightning mod in the middle of this. It's a great mod. It's mainly for atmosphere. But if you leave the lightning at 0 cells, it will electrocute you, which isn't cool. So I just move it out of 1 cell.
Done? Let's get moving. Trolls, blood. It's a torture room. Hear that? Come on. Was Jarl Ulfric with you?
No, I haven't seen him since the dragon showed up.
Wait a second. Looks like there's something in this cage. Ah, it's locked. See if you can get it open with some picks.
I skipped over a bunch of boring lockpicking. There's, I think, 3 of the cages and the 2 spider cages, and then there's 4 of these jail cages, and it's not very exciting, but it does give you a few extra skill levels that will come in handy. Argonians are nice because they have, I think, plus 15. They start off at level 15 lockpicking, so you can get to 50 a little faster with Argonians. I'm perking all the 5 casting spell trees first, besides lockpicking. So construction, alteration, conjuration, restoration, and illusion in that order. I don't think so. I'm at level 2, so I've got 3 of them so far. I plan on being a mix of destruction, conjuration, and alteration. All 3 of which are very, very powerful trees, but they're all need lots of perks. So I need the crafting skills to as sort of a perk pump, and also alchemy is necessary to drink lots of potions and it has lots of good bonuses. That will act as a perk pump that will actually add to my character a lot. But the other 2 I have to be careful about. Even though they're very powerful, but I'm mainly going to use them just to level and then allow me to put more perks in the other spell trees.
Let's go on ahead. See if the way is clear.
I'll keep watch in case Oakwood comes through here. Towers guide the boat.
Let's see where this goes. No going back that way now. We'd better push on. The rest of them will have to find another way out. That doesn't go anywhere. I guess we'd better try this way.
Another nice thing about our excuse me about Argonians is that they're 90% poison resistance. So spiders are a lot less of a trouble. You don't have to worry about spell casting, protection from poison, or taking a potion or something. But they're still spiders do a lot of damage, and you want to stay away from them.
Hold up! There's a bear just ahead. See her? I'd rather not tangle with her right now. Let's try to sneak by. Just take it nice and slow. And watch where you step.
Or if you're feeling lucky, you can take this bow. Might take her by surprise.
Go ahead. I'll follow your lead and watch your back. Almost there. That was close.
Okay, this is the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you'll watch some of the later ones.